Hi guys. I hope I'm live and I hope you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Usually I set my first 5 minutes up to set everything up and make sure everything's going on. I figured I'd just do a quick impromptu kind of live stream today. So this is going to probably be Q&A number 7. But we might cover some random stuff like this real quick for the heck of it. We'll just see how it goes because currently we only have 4 people watching. 4 people? Hi Bruce, how you doing? Hi Jay, hi Charlie. Hi Matthew. Okay. Well, I currently have everything set up on low latency. Stream seems to be pretty good. Hi Matt. And I don't know. I don't have anything planned and I have nothing down here, but this is the only place where my internet works. So, yeah. I do plan on maybe moving some stuff down here, but I've got to clean this area out so I can do live stream. Hi, Leonidas. I can do live stream stuff just randomly, kind of like Ken does, and just do random stuff like work on stuff and test things like this thing right here. And this live stream's like really off compared to what I'm doing. 1 second here. Okay, now I have them both next to each other, and now I can't read your comments. That helps a whole lot. Okay, try it this way. Why is it not letting me go down? There we go. And that made it worse. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just go back to live full screen here. Where is the merch? And where are the your stickers? Jay, they're coming. In fact, Jay, like I said the last 20 times you've asked, I'm going to be shipping those out with those CPUs I'm sending to you. And when I ship those out, I'm going to send them to the rest of MacYak too. And believe it or not, guys, here's a little spoiler alert. There is some merch. I'm not selling merch, but I will be giving away some merch in an upcoming video. So, yeah. Anyone that enters that, it's going to be in a live stream when I give it away. I'll do a video beforehand, which I'll turn the comments off. I figured all this out already. I'll turn the comments off to it when I upload it so people get an idea how everything's going to go. And then what I'm going to do when I go live stream to do the giveaway a few days later is I'm going to open the comments up on that video. And anyone watching live and staying on live, you have to stay on live. Anyone watching live can comment on that video, and we'll do our drawing at the end of the video, and I think that will make the giveaway a lot easier. But don't also forget, I still have that MacBook giveaway going on. There's like 390 subscribers left to go before that is given away, and also go subscribe to MacYak for the battery too, which would be great. So anyway. Keeping us hostage for the entire live stream. Nice touch. Yeah, exactly, Jay. So if you want that merch, you need to, and it's real merch. It's like that, because it is that. I'll give that away too. It's a hat. It's a Rutke Mods hat, which I'm still waiting for in the mail. That's why I haven't filmed it yet for the giveaway, that entrance video. But it's going to be coming soon. Whenever that hat comes in, I'm going to make the entrance video, and then a few days later, we'll do the live stream. So I'm sure someone will be happy with that hat. And once this channel starts getting really big, I'll start doing merch. But currently, I can't afford to do merch because no one's going to buy it. There's just not enough people yet. Of course, my good fans and friends will buy it, I'm sure, but it's not cost effective yet. So when the channel gets big enough, we'll start really doing merch. So anyway, You never know, Charlie. You might get lucky. Uh, so. What do you mean you wouldn't buy it, Jay? You know you'd buy it. Then again, I'd probably just send you one for free. I don't know. But right now, I'm not sending anyone a hat. They're too expensive. That thing's pretty expensive to make. In bulk, it would be pretty cheap, but still. I want it free. Yeah, you're not getting it for free. So, yeah. So how are you guys today? Hi, Brock. Everything going well tonight? I'll tell you where I've been the last few hours. I just went out for a dinner with two of my best friends from high school. One of them is going to be having a daughter Thursday, probably around 10 a.m. via C-section. And he's really excited for his fiance, and I'm really excited for both of them. Congratulations, Alex. So, yeah, you know, he's really happy, and I'm excited for him. So we were at dinner celebrating, and Jay mentioned that he was wanting to see a live stream from someone, and I'm like, as I was leaving the restaurant, what the hell? Let's do a live stream. And currently we have 12 people on. Hi, guys. It's just a random Q&A episode. Maybe a few previews for the Mac Oddware series, because I've got 4 things right here next to me. I'll show off as the video's going on. Excuse me. Dinner's just right here right now. But all this stuff here next to me is complete, except the first thing I'll show you guys. I'm a little gassy, sorry. The first thing I'll show you guys, I'm not sure if it's complete because, well, it's complicated. I don't know what it looks like completely assembled because it's very rare. Another rare thing. So the Mac Oddware series is coming, and it's coming quickly. Oh, in fact, it reminds me, the season premiere of the PowerPC series Season 4, where I dissect the prototype clamshell and then upgrade it. That will be going live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, and we will be doing another premiere where you can chat and talk to me while we watch it together. So it should be pretty fun. But anyway, let's quickly see what we have here. Yeah, Matt, I'm not really sure what's going on with it. It just clicks on boot up and with a Wi-Fi card in. I'm not sure. It's there might be a damage in the socket or something. Who knows really what's going on with your Wi-Fi there. But as long as you've got it working with an external card, I mean, that works too. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I've never seen it do that before. It usually just works. In fact, mine just worked. But then again, it was also from osxwifi.com, not custom built. But it was affordable back then. It's not now in any way, shape, or form. And even back then, it was kind of expensive. But it just worked. Let's see here. Leonidas is working on his Mac Pro. Cool. Matt C says he wouldn't mind having a MacBook because he can't carry his Mac Pro 3.1 everywhere. It's understandable. Charlie, if you can't stick around for long, that's totally fine. Let's see here. Matthew, you enjoyed the zip drive MDD video. There's going to be a follow-up for that. In fact, I've been talking to Dan Yetman, who bought the actual kit. I wish I had found it before him, but congrats, Dan. I'm not jealous at all. But he's been sending me a lot of pictures, and he might actually start 3D, have someone make the bracket 3D print it and start sending them to people. I'm on the first in the lists. But he also happened to find me a 750 kit, which looked like it was for a Mac at first, but it's not. I don't think it's actually a PC kit. But the bracket looks similar, and I might be able to make it work. If not, I have another idea up my sleeve to make it all fit properly. So we'll see how that goes. But there is going to be a part 2 video. In fact, it might be episode 2. If not, it'll be episode 3 or 4. Episode 2, I really want to get back onto the bookends, laptop docks. That was actually supposed to be episode 1, but I never really got around to filming it because it was, at the time, it just felt really boring to film. It's going to be an interesting thing, I promise, but I just could not get in the mood to film it, and that's why it took 6 months to start up the series. And then I found something that I thought would be good to start the series up, and that zip drive did the number right there. So anyway, so don't know if it's just me, but you're stuck in 480 mode even when high quality is selected. Let me check OBS real quick. I should be streaming at shoot. Yeah, I'm set up at 720p. I don't know what's going on there, Jay. Let me see what the actual stream looks like real quick. Yeah, it says it's streaming at 720p 60 FPS. So it should be totally fine. Matt's tag says that it is at 720p 60. So let's see here. Yeah, Charlie's right. Streams aren't usually HD, even though they look HD and say they're streaming in HD. There's a lot of processing going on to keep everything live. That could probably be it. Yeah, I hope you can figure out, Matt, for all that stuff. Is a hard drive that will not mount on Mac OS bad? Not sure, Matt, Brock. There's a lot of Matts on here, and now I'm getting everyone confused. Sorry. Uh, Brock, I'm not sure about the hard drive. Have you tried it in multiple different ways? Because there might be more than one way to mount it. And sometimes I've found that Mac OS just will not format some drives, and you have to do it in Windows. And yeah, I know. But just hook it up to something, format it with a third-party formatter, some kind of partition manager program. There's a lot of free ones out there. Get it completely wiped, and then try it again on the Mac, and it might work. Let's see here. Missed out on the free iMac G5. I actually gave away a Power Mac G5. But yeah, oh, you're talking about a Reddit giveaway. Yeah, Nick's right, by the way. Hi, Nick. Nick's right. They're not super expensive to ship usually, but it's still going to be pretty costly, and especially with the right packing. So yeah, I understand not being able to get it shipped out to the UK. Let's see here. Oh, that sucks. The guy who refused to ship it wanted the collection only. Sadly, there. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Matt. Hi, Steve. How you doing? So yeah. Well, while the questions roll in, you guys want to see some oddware that I'm going to be featuring in a few episodes from now, at least? Because I really want to get this series ball rolling, even though I said it was going to be a spotty series. I've got a lot of this junk that I want to show you before I start really using it and experiment with it and stuff. So Yeah, someone take that one guy off, please. Let's see here. Yeah, sure, show it. Yeah, let's do that. I hope. Yeah, I'm doing great, Steve. Thank you. So first off, let's go with the Dr. Bot VGator. This thing right here, which I'm not sure if I'm showing you. Thank you, Nick. Um, there it goes. Yeah, the stream's way behind me, and I can't get both the stream and OBS up on the screen and read you guys at the same time for some reason. Maybe I can do it this way. Nope, still doesn't work. Thank you. Anyway, this is the Dr. Bot VGator. And basically what this is you guys know the Apple DVI to ADC adapter boxes? Well, this is I've got these wires screwed on. I didn't have the right wires for it. It didn't come with all the wires. Although it did come with the power supply, and I'll tell you what the power supply is in a second. I don't know how many parts this thing actually has. This may look like it's a piece of plastic or something, but this is actually metal. This is like stainless steel. And what this does is it converts a VGA video card. This was meant for like power books, like the 12-inch power book and stuff, or any power book or iBook that didn't have DVI out. This was meant for those to do VGA to ADC. Pretty neat little kit here. And these were also meant to be used in conjunction with a ADC to DVI pass-through, which I've got the official Dr. Bot version also upstairs. This was supposed to be an analog to digital converter box. So you could do VGA to DVI. And this thing's actually powered by a G4 Cube power supply, and I've got that sitting upstairs. And it's literally just a G4 Cube power supply, and there's just a sticker on it that says Dr. Bot, but it's the official Apple power supply. Later Dr. Bot adapters actually came with an aftermarket Cube power supply, which used supplied less power than what a Cube would need. It was a black box. I've actually never seen one for sale that had that adapter, but needless to say, you don't want to plug that into a Cube. You blow something, I'm sure, if it would even start up. But yeah, this is a neat little adapter. So that's going to be a future video. It's probably going to be a lot further in there because I've got the other version of it, which we'll show you in a second, and it's complete in box. It's a worn out box, but it's complete in box. So I am really, really excited for that to show you. All right, let's look at the questions real quick here. Man, that chair. Yeah, hi, Malto. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Hi, welcome to your first live stream. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, this is one of my dad's luxurious lazy boy-like chairs. This is a great little thing, and this is just the perfect thing to sit in when I'm doing a live stream here. Rotk Mods live stream starring the chair. Yeah, Nick. So anyway, guys, you want to see some more interesting stuff? No, NASA, sorry, you're not late. Sorry. We're just, spitballing things here, just randomly doing things. If you guys have any questions, keep typing here. But anyway, so let's talk about some more things. I bought a parts G3 Wall Street 2, aka the PDQ, which was a G3 300, and I'll be doing a CPU upgrade to my 266 Wall Street, and in a future video probably on the PowerPC series. But I bought this whole Wall Street, not for the Wall Street itself because the case is in pretty bad shape, although it might still work. The guy said it didn't power on, but it might. I haven't tested it yet, but I might actually still experiment with it because I want to build a G4 Wall Street, and I don't really want to mess up my Wall Street. Mine's in pretty good shape. But I bought a G3 Wall Street part system because it came bundled with a whole lot of really neat goodies, including a zip drive, which is pain in the butt to find, and a whole lot of other really neat things, including a SCSI cable and a bunch of other stuff. Well, it also came with this. It's another Bookends, but this isn't made by the Bookends company. This was before the Bookends company existed. This was one of the very last Bookends made by NewerTech. NewerTech made this, aka OWC. They made this adapter for the Wall Street and Wall Street 2, aka PDQ. And it's got so many interesting things on it that they couldn't fit it all in there, and it's got dongles hanging out the back of it. But this, I think, was the very last Bookends dock NewerTech sold. And then after that, they actually stopped making them, and the company that took the Bookends name, I believe, bought the rights to it, the name, and continued making these things. So this is a pretty neat thing. It can convert all the ports over to full-size stuff. For instance, the SCSI becomes a full-size SCSI. It's got all the serial ports on the back here, which I think were already on the Wall Street, but it's got them out on dongles. It's got VGA out, which is a little rusty, S-video out, composite out, and the Ethernet and power and a bunch of other things. This is a pretty neat dock, and it blends in really nice with the Wall Street. So I'm looking forward to showing you this. It's well built. It's made out of plastic, but it's a pretty neat little thing here. So it's going to be a fun video. In fact, a lot of my Mac hardware videos are going to be Bookends docks. This is going to be probably the only NewerTech Bookends dock I ever show you. The rest of them were made by the Bookends company. So, yeah, this is neat. So, anyway, so let's see here. Dan is asking, why did you move? Well, Dan, as you know, my dad passed away May 10th, and he left me his house. And it's a very large house, and it needs to be taken care of. So I decided to drop out of school and move down here and try actually going full-time on YouTube, which so far hasn't been going very well. But it's actually starting to progress some now, so I'm happy there. But that's why I moved, and I still actually have my house, which I actually owned. I still own it. I still have my house up north. I'm still in the process of moving out of it, believe it or not. I still have a bunch of parts Macs and parts just piled up there that I need to move down. But that's why I moved. I'm out in the middle of nowhere too, which means that my internet doesn't work super great unless I'm plugged directly into the modem, which that's what I'm doing right now. So that's why I'm down here and not in the studio live streaming with you guys, because you'll see in the next video I've got very unreliable internet over there, and it keeps dropping out because of a rogue DHCP problem, which is really getting on my last nerve, and I can't seem to get it to fix itself. So yeah, that's why I moved. Let's see here. I have a SCSI and video cable for my PDQ. Yeah. Nick, yeah, it's cool. There's a lot out there. They're just sometimes a little hard to find. I wish they made modern docking stations for newer computers. They do. They don't make them like that anymore, but for newer MacBooks, I can't remember who makes it, but it looks like a shark fin. You just sit the MacBook in sideways into this dock, and then it has all the ports on it, and you can use it. It's a pretty neat little thing. I'd like to get one sometime, but I don't have a MacBook that would work in it, nor can I afford it currently. So, but yeah, they still make them, just not like that. I prefer to have that, honestly. Every day I have to plug all my cables in the computer. Yeah, well, there you go, Charlie. I'm sure, depending on what model you have, there's a dock for it out there. Let's see here. Hi, Dana. You think you're getting sick? I hope you feel better, man. Yeah, welcome to the live stream. Duke the Fat Cat Duo dock. Yeah, that's actually what I'd call oddware, and it's first-party oddware. I mentioned that in the oddware series. There are some Apple things out there that were weird, and that's one of them. But it's a really neat, weird thing. And I don't have any Duo notebooks, or I'd get one of those. I might do that one day, though. It'd be cool. Let's see here. Do Wi-Fi card antenna extension wires exist? Yes, they do, Matt. They do exist. I can't remember what the connectors are called. I think Jay might know. I can't remember who told me. Oh, let me look it up real quick, because I remember asking one of my friends. And I might actually be able to tell you. Let's see here. Alan. Because I had to buy some antennas for my network, which doesn't work. And I couldn't remember what it was called. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, they are called U.FL cables. You can probably find U.FL. I'll type it in the chat. U.FL. Though that's the connector you need. There's just type in U.FL extension. They'll probably be able to find one for you. Thank you, Leonidas. Yeah, it was having Dad pass away was a little rough. Beginning of the year sucked, but hey, we're moving on here. In fact, I'm sitting in his man cave right now, live streaming, because that's where the internet is. So, thank you, Dan. Let's see here. Yeah, it was horrible, Matt. But thank you, guys. Let's just move on here. YouTube takes time. My daughter has about the same number of subscribers as you, a little over 6,000. That is cool, Leonidas. That is really neat. Here's something I want to mention real quick. I want to get back into doing iPods. I did this back in about 2007 when iPods, older ones, were really cheap. I bought them and upgraded them for myself. And I want to start doing videos on that again. In fact, I might have just bought a bunch of first generation parts to build an iPod. But there is a guy on YouTube that just started about 2 months ago. That already, the last time I checked, he has like 15,000 subs or something like that. When I subscribed to him, he had like 300 or something, and I subscribed to him like 3 days ago. Or no, he had like maybe 3,000 at that point. Um, Actually, I think he was just about to surpass me, so about 5,000 and something when I subscribed to him 3 days ago. His channel, for some reason, blew up. And it's made me really want to get back into iPods because his personality is really awesome. If you go and check him out, his name is Dank Pods. It's all one word. It's a very nice channel. I really enjoy his videos, and it's all about iPods and modifying them and dragging them behind his motorcycle. I didn't like that, but it's very good content, really fun to watch. And the ones he drug behind his motorcycle, he actually got to look almost brand new again. It's very impressive. And I'd like to do some iPod videos. It seems to be some kind of interest out there, and I really used to love doing that stuff. I even used to rock box and stuff, which was really fun. So, yeah, sometimes you just find a niche that people like, and your channel just instantly explodes like his did. I wish I could figure out a good niche that some would do that, but hey, I'm growing, and it's still at a pretty good pace. I'm happy. So, anyway, his internet is fine. It's his LAN that sucks. Yes, yeah. My internet is totally fine. I'm currently connected directly into my modem with 2 Ethernet cables. In case one of the Ethernet controllers on my computer takes a crap, the other one should keep it going. But I actually have like about 800 meg download speed and like 25 meg upload speed, which is plenty enough for a live stream, but it's still a little painful to upload large files. But yeah, it's my LAN. My Wi-Fi sucks here, and this whole house is so big I can't just run cables cost effectively yet. I've got a lot of the parts needed to do so, but I don't have the time to. So that's one problem. Oh boy. So if you guys can stick around for a minute, I've got to go take one of my dogs out. This is unexpected. Sorry. I will be back very quickly. So just keep asking questions, and I've got a quick preview here. I've got something pretty neat here to show you, but I'll be right back. Sorry. right, I'm back. Woo, sorry about that. Woo, I'm out of breath now. So, anyway, where was I? Whew. uh, uh. Okay. All right, well, I'm sorry I missed you, but bye, Charlie. Let's see here. Whew. Dances to keep everyone entertained. Okay. Mac 84, do you see any faces in this chair today? Do you, Steve? uh, yeah, it was fast. They went out and they came back really fast. It was very impressive. What happened to make you so tired? I had to run. Whew. So anyway, and no questions, huh? All right, well, let's do the next preview here. I haven't even opened this box to see if it's in here. I hope it is. Had this for a few months. Whew. Still trying to catch my breath. ITV 500. This thing's pretty neat. This thing was actually meant for, let's see here, what are the system specs? This is made by Elgato. Copyright 2003-2004. This is probably one of the very first digital TV tuners ever. And it was for Mac. This supports clear QAM right here. Okay, Malto asks, so I asked a question earlier, is there a deal you missed out on that you regret? A number of them, and I can't think of any right offhand. But there has been. What would have been a good one here? Honestly, I can't think of any right offhand. I'll probably end up thinking of one later. But there's been a few. It's just sometimes you there was something on eBay the other day that I missed by like $1. It nearly killed me because it was really rare and I should have bid a little higher. I don't remember what that was either. So yeah, but anyway, there's been a few things out there I really regret. So this is the ITV 500, which was supported with systems up until probably, I think it was Mountain Lion. They stopped making drivers and stuff for it. It's literally a firewire. I actually thought this would be metal. It's not even metal. This is just plastic. But this is just a Firewire TV tuner. This one was made in December of 2004. And it's supposed to support digital QAM. So it's one of the earliest boxes out there that supported digital TV, and it would probably work today. But you have to use an older Mac OS to run it. And I've got to figure out how it works so I can demonstrate it to you guys one day. Probably, I don't have cable, so I'll have to figure out something, hook up a VCR or something to it. But it's a fun little neat oddity there. Let's see here. What is your least favorite portable Mac? Probably the Macintosh Portable. Because it was never built very well. And it's kind of ugly. It's probably it. But I still wouldn't turn one down. Yeah, I hate that moment too. It's once you realize you've missed something, it really hurts. See if you can find the Nervanes Card Reader Pro for Mac Pros. I do need to look for that. There's a few really interesting things that clip onto the top of Power Macs and stuff that add ports and stuff, kind of like a Sweep multi-port, but for the outside of the case, and docks and really weird things that I'd like to get for the Oddware series. I'll just have to put that on my list there. Steve saying you can just use an antenna, a digital antenna. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's not going to work. Trust me, it won't work. Yeah, Funnel Fast. I've missed a lot out there, and I can't believe I can't think of anything right offhand right now. But I've missed a lot of really good deals. Put a big ass antenna on the roof. Yeah, no. Least favorite Mac desktop. Honestly, Matt C, least favorite. That's a good question. Not sure. Probably one. I don't know many Mac desktops before Steve Jobs came back. Probably somewhere in that time period when they were about to go under, right before Jobs came back, there was a lot of pretty crappy systems that aren't built very well. Probably one of those. And in fact, I've got some stuff from that era, but they're clones. I've got a clone anyway. I don't really. I can't think of any offhand that I don't like. But yeah, it's probably one of those. I really hate those prototype iBook clamshells. Well, Dana, you don't have to watch those videos then. What is your least favorite 68K or 65002 machine? Nick, like I said, I don't know many systems from that time period. But probably my favorite 68K would probably be my Macintosh Plus. I've got two of them. The first computer I ever used. It's in parts upstairs. I'll never probably get that thing fixed. I broke it when I was a little kid. Long story. Involved a Sesame Street plastic disc and the floppy drive. Those floppy drives are very powerful and they don't let go. But yeah, that's upstairs in parts. And then my other Macintosh Plus, my dogs are up. They went to bed. Anyway, and probably the Macintosh, the other Macintosh Plus I have is sitting up at my old house. I haven't moved it back yet. But probably Macintosh Plus just because I've got such good memories. Least favorite, I'm not sure. Dysfunctional wombat. I once had a chance to get a mint Kanga with all sorts of accessories, but I barely missed it. Man, I always wanted a Kanga too. It was only like $130. Ooh. I feel ya. Man, if I could find a Kanga at that price, I'd pounce at it. It sucks. Signals go out for miles. You got a big ass one that goes for miles. Steve, seriously. The closest place that broadcasts probably is at least 70 miles from here. It's hard to get signals, and I live in the middle of a valley. It's not going to work. How are you planning on fixing the zip drive misalignment? 2 different ways. The bracket I just bought in a PC kit. I don't know if that will work. If it does, that would be the easiest. Or filling the bottom of the weird Chinese adapter I have with JB Weld, smoothing it out, and then drilling holes into it to move the drive forward. It's the only 2 options I have, really. But I will get it lined up. Yeah, Steve says about being on Mac Yak and planning on a collab, something fun soon. Yeah, it's going to be real fun. It's going to be part of the Mac Oddware series. I can't wait to do that, Steve. I've never heard someone pronounce it as 65002. I was reading it quick. Give me a break. Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. Will you be giving an update on upgrading the 2011 iMac graphics card? Yeah, I will. Like I said, Stephen, because I've talked to you in the past, it's been a giant headache. Every time I film it seems to fail. It usually works when I don't have the camera on. And having the camera on, it instantly just stops working. It's just like it's cursed. But I will be doing a video on it. I'll probably have it out by January, I hope. Let's see here. Apple's I think we're a clone now video is great. Yeah, it is, Steve. It definitely is. I'm surprised no one has figured out how to put better CPUs than the 5690s in the Mac Pro 5.1. The main reason is because that's the most powerful CPU for the socket. They never made anything more powerful. And nothing else will fit in that socket. That's why. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to show you one last thing. And, like I said, this whole video was just impromptu and not planned. And I'm actually getting kind of tired and thinking of going to bed soon. But there's one more thing I want to show you. Are you ready for this? The Dr. Bot Deviator. And if you ever go on Calling Mister's channel, aka DOSDude1, he actually reviewed this years ago. Probably around the time I first subscribed to him. I've been a fan of his longer than you'd think. And he's shocked. I was probably one of his first subscribers. But if you go on his channel, he actually reviews one of these. This is just kind of like the VGator, only this is the Deviator. The Deviator did what the Apple ADC to DVI adapter did about a year or so before that even existed. And this was meant, they advertised it to make ADC monitors work on systems with DVI in them, any Mac for that. But actually the real intention was to get this out in the market so people with PCs could actually use Apple monitors. And that was the real intention from what I've heard. But on the box it just basically says it's for a Mac. They actually intended it for PCs. But this is just like the VGator, except It's not as fancy as those boxes that Apple made. And this is still complete in box, as we can see here. And the box itself is pretty beat up, and this thing's been used before, but it's complete. This is the deviator. Wait a minute, I'm getting a message here. Sorry. Wow, that was a close call. Sorry about that. Apparently my back door was open. But anyway, this is the deviator. In fact, Jay, stop doing that. But in fact, this was originally intended for the 23-inch cinema display. So, but it's literally just a wire, unlike the box. Jay, I'm going to have to mute you. But it's literally just a wire, and it had a pass-through for the USB, and then a wire, a connector for a power supply. And I'm sure you figured out what that is too. This is where all the extra G4 Cube power supplies kept going. The deviators ended up with them. And here's that sticker I told you about that's on the VGator. So, yeah, this is just a Cube power supply. And they made these for a few years. They stopped production probably midway through Apple's official adapter, as far as I can tell. And it was just a neat little strange oddity that I think would make a fun little video. It is not going to be a very long video, but it will be a great way to demonstrate how this works. And it's interesting. It gives warnings, for instance. Read this if you have an ATI Rage 128 video card shipped in the early G4s and also the blue and white G3s. And Apple's 17-inch flat panel display. And then it has Q&A here, like, I only get 1280 by 1024. If I switch to another resolution, I can't see anything. It tells you about how the Rage 128 doesn't support any higher resolutions. You know, my monitor flashes gray or blue and then goes black, you know. Very interesting little paperwork here. We'll definitely be going over that in a future video. But yeah, that's the deviator. And I couldn't pass it up when I saw it on for sale on Low End Mac. So it's a neat thing. The box is pretty worn out. It's just a sleeve in a box, really. Jay. Wooden door was open. Oh, okay. So there's apparently probably a ghost in my house. That's great. Who knows what's going on here? One of my doors apparently randomly opened on my girlfriend. Ooh. Okay. Aunt Wan's on. I haven't seen you on a live stream in a long time, buddy. But then again, I haven't had a live stream on this particular channel in a long time. Hi. Let's see here. Grody, no, put D&D on Jay's fams. Yeah. But anyway, real quick, just to mention, I don't have any more oddware sitting next to me. So that's all the preview you're getting for right now. I do have some more oddware sitting upstairs, but I just grabbed a bunch of stuff before I started the live stream. So I'm going to move this stuff out my way real quick. Okay. So anyway, Can you game on today's games using a Mac Pro 5,1 at 1080p? Yes, you can. In fact, I used a 2,1 at 1080p. I have a video on it on the Mac Pro series. I think it's episode 16 of season 1. I remember numbers very well. Where I demonstrate it running 1080p. And I'm using a GTX 960, I think. I can't remember. It might be a 970. But yeah, you can with modern day graphics cards. Basically anything high end will work. If you want to run the latest OS, AMD card, definitely have to do that. Vega cards, a lot of them are getting cheaper now, like the Vega 56. That's a good option. Very good gaming card. You could probably even do 1440p on it without any issue. And they actually do make pretty good gaming computers. In fact, Greg Thompson races with his 2009 5,1. It's flashed. So yeah, it's still a very viable gaming system. Let's see here. I saw the zip drive faceplate for the MDD and was quite excited. The MDD is my favorite desktop from the G3, G4. Wonder if I'll ever get my hands on one of those faceplates. We can dream. Well, dysfunctional wombat. Honestly, you could probably make one yourself. I should get the measurements for it sometime. But basically, the only thing you really need to do is peel the chrome plate off the door and take the fold down part of the door off, and then mount the chrome plate somehow and have the plate cut out. I just thought it was neat that I could actually find one so I didn't have to make it. But if you had the plate cut out, then you could get the adapter, like if we end up getting those 3D printed ones out there. That's an option. Or you can just make one, which is what I might have to do. But it's still possible to make one, you know. Let's see here. Hi, David. Which MacBook would you say is the oldest you'd go for use for day-to-day usage, regardless of OS installed? Any of them, really. Even the Core Duo models, the 32-bit only ones, work pretty nicely even today because they're Intel CPUs. In fact, you can run Windows 10 on them, even the 32-bit ones, and have a modern OS. Any of them really work. If you're just doing day-to-day things like web browsing, you can even watch YouTube with one of those. It's probably better on a lower resolution, but it will do YouTube. You can do web surfing, other things. You can even do a little light photo editing and stuff. Any MacBook really works, regardless of OS. If you don't care what OS it's running, you know, you can run the most recent version of Windows 10 on it. And there you go. In fact, I've had some videos about doing stuff like that on a 32-bit mini, and I plan on doing a video on my 2006 MacBook Pro where I have it running Snow Leopard. I'm actually going to get Lion running on it once Parent Geek, aka Ethan Nelson Moore, finally releases his version installer for it. Because Lion was 64-bit only CPUs, but it's actually running on 32-bit code. So it can actually run on a 32-bit CPU. You just have to have a special installer, and it has to be modified to run. But I'll be running, it's currently running Snow Leopard, which is totally fine. I'd rather just keep it on there, really. Plus it has PowerPC support with Rosetta. And it's running Windows 10. I even figured out a way to hack the drivers to get full graphics acceleration. It works quite nicely. So any MacBook really, modern day things. And now if you want more advanced options, to do more advanced things, probably a MacBook from a Pro from like 2009 or later would probably be better. But yeah, any MacBook really works. Let's see here. Why would you need to go larger than 800 by 600? It's a good question, Dana. 800 by 600 is totally fine. Yeah. It even looks great on a clamshell. Yeah. Actually, I'm more of an XGA fan. But anyway, yeah, Jay, you are a troll. Woo! Thank you, Matthew, for the super chat. It means a lot to me, man. That's the first super chat I've had in a year. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. This is my first super chat on YouTube. Thank you, man. I'm honored to be your first super chat. Let's see here. Just curious, do the 2010 and 2012 Mac Pros both have 5.1? Yes, they're both the 5.1s. They're literally the same system. The only thing they changed was I think they upgraded the CPU speed a little bit. That's it. I think they also may have introduced some more RAM options. But that's literally it. They're the same system, and they can both be upgraded the same way. That explains it. Final Fast, you have not showed up in my YouTube feed for months. I had to search to make sure you were still making videos. I'm still making videos. In fact, I try to pump out at least one a week. The last few weeks I've been pumping out 2 to 3, maybe 4 a week. I'm trying to really get the ball rolling on the channel again. And Antwan says, I've been tied up with college and work, so I haven't had enough time to watch live streams in general. Well, I'm glad you're back, man. Funnel Fast, thank you for the super chat. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you a whole lot, man. Someone is on Windows. Dun dun dun. Yes, 2.1 runs Windows incredibly well. Boot up speeds on hard drive is painful. It's so painful to boot up. But once it's running, it's just like any modern day desktop, really. It's just really fast. It's incredible. And like I said, I used to game on my 2.1. In fact, my gaming PC, which was like twice as powerful as it, if not more, collected dust because I gamed on that. Because it gamed so well. And I might do that again. Ooh, thanks, Jay, for the super sticker. Thank you, man. What type of computer are you using to do this live stream? A Windows computer. That gaming computer I was just talking about, it's sitting right next to me. In fact, I can show it to you really quick, but I need to actually see what I'm streaming here. That is my gaming computer, and sorry for the mess. This is actually my dad's mess. I haven't filtered through yet. He basically lived down here. But that is my gaming computer. It is a 3960X system, Core i7 Extreme. I built it in late 2015 out of all new parts except for the motherboard and CPU. And I was actually originally planning on doing videos on it, but I never really got into the PCs on the channel. But it's still a very, very powerful system. It runs dual 970s in it. in SLI, and it's just a fun computer. I just never use it because I have too many Macs, and the Macs do what I need to do. Um, Although this is still, since I've retired my 2,1 from gaming, it's actually a dedicated folding machine mostly, and for temporary backups and stuff. So, yeah. Uh, but it's still a fun machine, and it's the best computer I have, and the only computer I have down here that can live stream. So, yeah. And Malto, thank you for the super chat. I didn't even see the super chat option. Thanks for the reminder, Matthew. Why isn't 562 an option to match the sub count? Yeah. Thank you, man. That means a lot, man. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, my friend Game's on it. Boots up slow, but as you said, once it's on, it's great. Yep. And 2,1 is still a heck of a Windows 10 machine. And it's still a heck of a Mac. It's just you're stuck on El Capitan, which really blows, really. But can't do a whole lot about that. Maybe someday someone will finally patch the later ones to run with it, but El Capitan is still a good operating system. I haven't set up Super Chat yet, but I will. I'm too tired at the moment. You don't have to worry about it, Dana. But thank you for the thought there. My dog keeps knocking his toy off my bed so he can get my attention. Go play with the dog, Matt. You don't have to be here. I appreciate you being here, but you know, dogs do take priority. I mean, I had to run upstairs to take mine out. But, yeah. X79 reg represent. Yeah. In fact, I'd still be running a Sandy Bridge E for one main reason, and it was the soldered on IHS. It cools better and actually overclocks more, even though it's a bigger, older process. It will out overclock most 4960Xs with no issue, and that's the reason why I chose it. Plus, the motherboard was the very last Intel motherboard ever made for the consumer market, which was the 79X DX79SR or something like that. And they stopped doing freaking BIOS updates when they stopped selling it. And they stopped selling it when Ivy Bridge E came out. So I couldn't even go to Ivy Bridge E if I wanted to. Thank you, Intel. But I'm actually happy with it because Sandy Bridge E is very impressive. And even though they say it's only PCIe 2 capable, that's because the standard wasn't out yet. It's actually fully PCIe 3 capable. This board runs everything at PCIe 3 speeds. So that's another reason why I went with Sandy Bridge E. It was also cheap at the time, and I wanted a lot of cores and stuff. In fact, my first three Mac Pro series episodes were edited on this machine with Windows Movie Maker. Yeah, you can also tell those were rough videos. In fact, my first year or so of videos were pretty rough, but those were the roughest. But this thing handled it like a champ. But yeah, I love X79. It's still a very viable platform even today. I have only just now upgraded to Windows 10, but I have a mid 2010 Mac Mini coming soon, and finally have a somewhat modern Mac. Plan to dump an SSD and 8 gigs of RAM into it. Yeah, in fact, you can actually go to 16 gigs of RAM on the 2010 Mac Mini. The aluminum one, I'm sure that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, that will actually handle 16 gigs of RAM if you want to do that. They're very good systems even today, and they'll still run the most recent operating system, thanks to Colin Mister. You can run Mojave and Catalina on it with no issues, thanks to his patcher. Nick says his dogs are sleeping. Puperinos. I'll play with him later. This stream is my priority. Oh, thank you, Matt. Let's see here. Yeah, Funnel Fest. The problem is YouTube just sucks with notifying, even with the bell on. That's why I never say make sure you have the bell on, because it doesn't make a difference, it seems, because half my subscribers, half of any subscribers to any channel seem to still not get the notifications. So why even mention it? Until the day they actually fix it, I'm not going to mention to have the bell on. Although I appreciate you subscribing. The bell, if you want to have it on, have it on. I can't stand notifications myself. I turn all notifications off on my phone except for texting and phone calls. That's literally it. All the rest of my notifications. Oh, and I sometimes, I have eBay on too, because I don't want to miss those. If I'm really finding something interesting, I don't want to lose that, but yeah. Yeah, you could also do that. Jay mentioned, yeah, Matt, Windows Movie Maker is pretty bad. The thing is, I made all of my videos back in the day on Movie Maker. It was the only thing I knew, even when I started the channel back up. And then when I finally got the Mac Pro running, I got iMovie for, I think it was 19 bucks. It was like 3 months before it went free. Thanks, Apple. So I had to buy iMovie. And I started the channel on that. I ran the channel on iMovie for about a year before my school discount got me Final Cut Pro for a grand total of 99 bucks. It was actually in a package. I got Logic Pro and a whole lot of other programs, compressor and all that stuff, all together for like 300 bucks. So, but it was, Final Cut Pro was basically 99 bucks. I was pretty happy with that. And I've been using Final Cut Pro since sometime in 2017, I think. And I'm slowly getting better and better at it, but I still am not great at it. I do need to start taking classes on it, probably, to get really fancy. But it works, and I'm happy with it. Very nice. I use a Sabertooth X79. It's beastly. Would have gone for the 3960X if there was any available for anything near what I got my 4930K for. I plan to say on X79 for years. It's it's a very good system. I'm not planning on upgrading that. Although I did inherit an X299 platform. It's sitting in there. In Dad's office. It is a 7960X. It's very powerful, but it's also very broken because he had some custom builder build it. I think it's a Power Computing, or no, it's a cloned company. Darn it, I forget who made it, but it's half the fans stopped working in it, and even though it's high quality stuff, it wasn't built very well, and it needs work. I just don't want to move over to that system for multiple reasons. It was Dad's computer, and this thing does everything I need it to do. I will probably one day use it, though. I just let it do its thing. It's currently doing folding at home for me on it. It folds like 1,000,000 points a day, which is pretty impressive. I'm happy with it, but I haven't touched it past that. I use this thing for everything, so when it comes to streaming and stuff. Otherwise, I use my 5.1 Mac Pro upstairs. Let's see here. Leonidas, I'll see you later. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Steve, that's why I use Twitter to notify people, but it still doesn't help sometimes. Yep, that and you gotta have followers on Twitter, which I don't have really. I'm getting them now, but it's still pretty flat. And also, I should probably promote my Twitter more. But also, it used to be really nice because I had the Twitter bot from YouTube tweet every time I would upload a video or modify something. And YouTube took that out. Google killed it, which means I have to tweet it now, not YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Google. um, you have a tutorial on this. I've been getting this question a lot in the last few days. I don't know what's the fascination with everyone wanting to do this, but do you have a tutorial on installing Mac OS El Capitan on a MacBook that's unsupported? No, I don't. I was planning on having one, but I never got around to it because Mac Post Factor sucks. It works when it wants to, and every time I would try to film it, for the longest time it wouldn't work at all because for about, I think it was 6 months, their click here to continue button didn't even work. So no, I don't. But you need to use Mac Post Factor, and it's just, I wouldn't recommend running El Capitan on an unsupported because that means you have no graphics acceleration and it runs like a dog. It is so slow. I've tried it. It's not fun. Trust me. The max I'd go is probably Mountain Lion because that's full graphics acceleration with Mac Post Factor. And you can also hack Mavericks to run the graphics acceleration, but only half works and it doesn't work super great. So Mountain Lion's the max you should go, really, on any unsupported system that didn't support anything past Lion. So, yeah, I don't have a video out for it. I probably never will. But if you go check out Colin Mister's channel, aka DOSDude1, he's got a few tutorials showing how to do it. So you can check that out too. But he doesn't show how to do El Capitan. He just shows, I think, Mountain Lion, because he is on the same boat. No graphics acceleration. There's no point in running that operating system because it's just not going to run great. It's going to run terribly. So that's why. Let's see here. How old are you? Jay says, Craig just turned 13. He started growing facial hair at age 8. Jay. I just turned 28. I turned 28 on the anniversary episode of Mac Yak. November 21st is my birthday. I just turned 28. So I am 28 years old. And I've been doing YouTube full time. I've had the channel back up since June of 2016. I think it was June 3rd. That's when the Mac Pro series started up. So the channel's been up since 2016. Unless you really want to go back in time. December 31st, 2011 was my first big video. It's still my biggest video on the channel. It was doing a hard drive swap on an Xbox 360. That was my biggest video and my last video until 2016. But I've been doing videos on and off since I was a little kid. But my first real digital video was like 2007. I've got my first digital video on my channel. If you go to my first video, it's called My Room. That was the first video I ever did. It was in Movie Maker. I really was proud of it. I did that for a school project in freshman year of high school. So yeah, but I've been doing YouTube in some aspect since 2011 and been back since 2016. So yeah, I'm 28. I don't know why I even went off on that tangent, but yeah, I've been doing it for a while. Um, didn't know that the 2010 minis could. Yeah, you can run 16 gigs. And then it disappeared. Where'd it go? That's because it's running the I forget the full MCP 89 or something like that chipset. The 89 chipset supported 16 gigs unofficially. The 79 chipset, which would have been on like '09 and early '08 systems, it only supports up to 8. So yeah, it should be able to run 16 with no issues whatsoever, although you may have to do a firmware upgrade first if it's not upgraded already. Yeah, my first Mac, which was a 2010 white MacBook, I remember running El Capitan on the hard drive, 2 gigs of RAM. The main problem you had there was 2 gigs of RAM. El Capitan chokes out systems. Yosemite was worse. Yosemite, it would have been unusable. But El Capitan, it chokes out systems with 2 gigs of RAM. You need at least 4. I'd recommend 8 for it to run smoothly, even on the modern OSs. And yeah, that's your main issue there. The hard drive also doesn't help. The newer the OS, the less you should have a hard drive. You should be using an SSD. But that's basically what killed your system right there, was just the RAM. Well, happy birthday, belated as it might be. Thank you, Malta. Fireplace is on, snowing outside. How can I not crack open Bailey's? Have fun with that, Jay. I have watched Mac Yak, though I have not seen the Discord yet. Well, invite people. Let's see here. That is not how I do it. It should just be that button. I've got Discord up right now. Or send a link. Edit invite link. Here it is. Never. No limit. Generate new link. Copy. Mac Yak. Discord. It's in the chat now. By the way, I love all your videos at Jay. I didn't know how much I loved Xserves until I saw your channel. Yeah, I am about 10 minutes behind on chat, sorry. So that's funny. I'm actually going to do some Xserve videos also in the next month or two. I've got them just sitting right now. They're basically set up and running. I just haven't finished. I want to put a little extra stuff into them. Plus, I want to do my Xserve raid, but I need drives for it. Jay, your stuff isn't super dry. It's entertaining stuff, and you got really high quality videos. You know, although watching you clean that puck mouse for that long, that was the best way to fall asleep. Man, I slept like a baby. But other than that, your stuff's fun. I always love watching your videos. Yeah, I'm totally caught up now. Dude, I put myself to sleep while editing this dry. Nah, it isn't. It's pretty fun. So anyway, guys, I don't know how long we've been going live. How long have we been going live? An hour and 26 minutes. Been running for an hour and 26 minutes. I still need to watch that Puck Mouse video. Oh, I feel for you, Matt. You're going to really sleep well for that one. Thank you, Malto. Thank you. Jay, you should be do a cleaning video tonight after polishing off an entire Bailey's. You should, Jay. I'd join and watch that. That would be fun. Anyway, guys, we've been going for about an hour and a half. Most of my live streams last about an hour. So this is probably one of my longest live streams. Thank you, guys. This really means a lot that you guys stuck around and watched. We've got 21 people watching right now. It's the most I've ever had during a live stream, honestly, and it means a lot. Hi, Mr. H. Great to see love for Retro Max still alive and well. Thank you, Craig. Thank you. I'd call in tomorrow to watch a Bailey's infused cleaning. It'd be freaking hilarious. Jay, honestly, you should go do a live stream. We'll all join. And I'm getting tired. I think I'm going to call this pretty soon. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for all the super chats and super stickers. It means a lot. Bruce says, I'll be publishing a new vintage Mac video shortly, but I'll hold off until your stream is over. I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead and publish it, man. Put your link in the video. Let's get some people over there to watch you. Brankus Creations. Sorry, Bruce, if I'm saying that wrong. Go subscribe to him. Bruce has some incredible videos. And I really love watching him. No live stream. I have no space. Come on, Jay. Just shove some stuff off of one of your tables and go for it. Yeah, no space needed. You could clean the thing while holding it in the air. Just take out the screws, pull it apart. You know, what's the worst that could happen? Only 9 thumbs up on this stream. What a disgrace. Yeah, well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I think I'm going to wrap up the video. An hour and a half is very, very impressive for one of my live streams. We could keep on going, but I really don't have a whole lot to say. I mean, unless you keep giving me questions. But I enjoyed doing this live stream. I'm glad I did it. And thank you, Jay, for suggesting someone do a live stream today, because it really got me in the mood to do it. So anyway, guys, do not forget, I am going to be doing the premiere of Season 4 of the Power PC series, where I crack open the G3... I'm really tired, as you can tell. When I crack open the prototype G3 clamshell, and we go over all the prototype goodies inside of it, and then I upgrade it. And don't worry, everything's reversible. But honestly, one of the things I upgrade, it doesn't need to be reversible because the original part's gone anyway. So, but yeah, that is all going live. If there's going to be a premiere, come join me in the chat when that premiere happens. And that will be at 8 p.m. tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, December 16th, 2019. Come check it out. Come join me for that live stream. Well, premiere. And I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to put a 7445 in the G3 prototype. No. It's staying original. I actually in that video make it as original as possible, but still make it really fun and really fast. It's blazing fast now. So yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. Jay, I can't wait for the iBook teardown. It's a prototype! A prototype! I'll be there for the iBook prototype premiere. Thank you, Dysfunctional Wombat. Thank you, everyone. This has been the most fun live stream I think I've ever done. And it's all because of you guys. Bringing back an old meme. Redacted. Redacted. Yeah, I need to do another redacted video. That was fun. But yeah, I'm spent already. This has been the most fun live stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. I think we just hit our peak viewers. I could keep on going. There's a lot of people on here, but I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Thank you so much, guys, for joining today. It means a heck of a lot to me. And, wow, I'm just so happy. Thank you, guys. Good night. And thank you for watching. This has been a Rutke Mods video. Thank you for the super chat, Jay. Paying you to stop talking. Yeah. All right. Yeah. This has been a Rutke Mods video. I'll see you guys. Bye. Thank you, Malto. Okay. Now I'll see you guys. Bye. See you guys.